are we all? Welcome to Kentish Kicks. I've been away for a week on holiday near Great Yarmouth, Lowestoft, Corton, and I've come back, and when I went last week, I think it was last Saturday, I noticed the pond just starting to go a bit cloudy, and I thought it was going to come this year, to be honest with you, because if you look at my previous videos, you'll note that I don't have a UV on this pond, and I never have, and I've only had green pea soup water, what they call it, on when I was cycling the pond initially when I first had it. Now, so I thought it's going to be interesting this season how it's going to go, and I'll tell you the reasons why. Anyway, just to look over these products for a quick second. I bought this because it would come in a pack. You got this for $7.99 with what was it? It was some bacterial sludge busting stuff. That's just basically beneficial bacteria. Anyway, when I looked at this, it says blanket weed and algae control. I thought, oh great, $7.99. I got 2 packs, so it was like almost buy one get one free type thing. But upon reading it, it's actually a dye. This is it treats 14,200 litres, so my pond is about 2,000 gallons, about 10,000 litres. I didn't want to turn my water blue, like a blacky bluey colour. I think you've probably seen them, so I didn't use it. Anyway, and obviously I put this on at the start of the season because blanket weed, because I noticed on the walls of the pond they're getting that when you get that stringy type of algae. It's like a string. That's the blanket weed. Okay, there's all different types of algae. There's obviously green water, which I'll come to in a minute. There's algae on your walls, which is great. It's beneficial. That is not doing any harm. It's just algae on the walls like a carpet. Great stuff. And then you've got blanket weed, which if you leave unchecked, it will just overtake your pond and block all your pipes and bottom drains and pumps and all sorts. So obviously I've got a bit of this left, but this is no good for what I'm going to need it for in a minute. Last week I thought, you know what, I'm going to start adding some clay again, and I've gone to one of the well, probably one of the best ones that's considered in the UK. I've used other ones. If I'm honest with you, I don't really see a lot of benefit to them. In my previous videos I'll just say that, well, it doesn't do any harm. If anything, it's going to have some benefits, but I just see it as adding something to water that isn't there. So you're adding some minerals, so you're just making sure that the minerals in the pond are balanced. Okay, then if any other benefits occur from that, great. But if I'm honest with you, I've never seen any direct improvements, because you could argue that, you know, it's because basically people start adding this when other factors are in play. The koi feeding more, the more lively. So they're going to have a natural improvement anyway, aren't they? It's clear, temperature change in the water, so all these things are going to have a positive effect on the koi anyway. So some people can, I think, sort of jump on the bandwagon, and it's actually other factors that are causing the plus. If anyone's had any direct correlation and can prove that, I'd be interested to see. I've never really, you know, seen a real plus side. So I don't know whether, like I said, I don't know whether it's sort of in our heads. It makes us feel better, but like I say, I don't really directly put it in and go, oh, that's improved now because of that. However, what I think you do get is when you first put it in, it kind of makes the pond cloudy. So you kind of naturally, when koi are in a murky pond, and when they come to the surface, I think they naturally look bright and vibrant because everything else looks dingy. So I think when I put this in last week, I did think, you know, that they looked a bit more vibrant, but there's no way that works that quick. So I know it's not the effect of that, even though that does say it does do that. I don't think it's that direct correlation to that. But anyway, I bought a big 5 kilo bag. Keep me going for quite a while, that will. So I might put some more of that in this week. So I've come back to green water. Can you see it? Can you see the colour of the water? So anyone that's seen my previous videos, my water is normally crystal clear. If you look at the fish when they come up, if you look at the colours of them, they just really do pop, and that is because they're in dirty, they're in, you know, green pea soup water. Now, I think, if I'm honest with you, there's nothing wrong with my water. Absolutely nothing wrong. Anybody that thinks pure crystal clear water is healthy water, so if you were to put tap water and my water, you go, "Ooh, look at that, that's wrong, that's got problems there, X, Y and Z, but this lovely tap water's bang on." No, it's not. Anyone believes that are completely wrong. Anyone that, you know, looks or watches videos and looks at mud ponds and things like that in Japan, you can't really see the fish until they're up close like this, and they are, you know, because they're open to the elements, so they get a lot of sun, so they do have green water. Now, I'd imagine that the Japanese, and you know, I don't know this for sure because I've never been over there and chatted to someone over there, but for me, it gives cover for the fish, so they can't be seen as eyeball. So it's sort of, the pond's more in stealth mode, if you like, because it can't be seen from above. Because the water's going a little bit green, the fish have got protection, and they've also got protection from predators and also protection from the sun from above. Because once they dip, you can't see them. You can only see them when they're really at the surface. So, but we like to see the fish. If I'm honest with you, I work in the day, so I'm not too fussed. It's like this, to be fair, and if they get a positive effect from it and feel like they're more, you know, naturally being grown, if you like, or living in naturally more natural water, and so be it. However, let's just consider the differences from last year. I think I've had this pond, is it 5 years now? Can't remember, something like that. I think time flies, and it's never had a UV. And like I say, I had this problem in the first few months of building the pond when I first put water in. So, what's changed? Well, you have to look at the changes you've made. So what's changed for me is I've changed the shade. So normally I've got that greenhouse netting, and it plugs in. It normally is right at the end here. It normally covers a bit of this, bit of the plant filter, and it covers all the way across here, all the way to this tree. So there's more shade, definitely more shade, because now I've got this big sort of triangle shape, which does block the sun directly off, as you can see. What else has changed? The last couple of weeks we have had a lot of sun, really warm, so the water temperature's gone up to 20 degrees. Changed to more light on the pond, more warmth in the water. What else has changed? I've got no UV. Well, how can you not have a UV? Well, this is why. Because my nutrients are normally quite low, because the end of my filtration system, if you like, are plants. So it goes through the bottom drain, through my first filter brushes, goes through some Japanese matting, is pumped round, and it goes up and over into my plant filter and goes into these tubes here, comes up, goes across back to the pond. So last season, at the end of last season or over winter, I divided all this. So I removed all my, this was full, the whole lot was full of this stuff, like pumice stone. It was full of it. As you can see, my dumping area is here, look, and I've still got, so all of that was in there, all of that, all of that, and all of that. So that is what I've took out. Now if you look at that, that is huge, huge and I'll say it again, huge huge amount of bacteria, beneficial bacteria that I've moved out of there, took out of there. So now in there, still got the same plants, but I've got that tray there, there's another tray there, there's this big tote here that's full of it, and then I've got pots with lilies in. Those lilies look absolutely lovely though, don't they, now they've come up, which is really good. I've not had them take off before. So yeah, same amount of plants, but this Carex, when I first took this out, when I divided it, if you look back in the videos, I ought to put it up here somewhere, but that was like a mat. It was just like a mat of Japanese matting all the way along that back wall. Just huge amount of area to filter the water. So that's, what's that? 4 things changed. Oh, there's another thing. So that's light, more light on the pond. Water temperatures increased. The load on the pond has increased because I've started feeding. The fish are hungry. There's too many koi in this pond. Look how many koi is in this pond for 2,000 gallon. And that, so the load on the pond has increased, so nutrients going in, and then the nutrient export has reduced. So nutrient exports reduced, nutrient imports increased because of the fish load, food going in. I also turned the another thing actually I've just thought of, this is just off the top of my head, another thing I did over winter, for the first time I shut this shower down, shut it off. So has that affected it? Because that's going from a straight start. I did that because I had the pond balls on. If you remember, I had me 4 centimetre floating balls on here insulating the pond, which worked really well actually. So I'm going to have to reconsider this combination, because obviously I've upset the balance. So then, Keith, what are you going to do about it? Well, increase my cleaning of the filters, but actually there's not a lot I can do. I've got lilies in there. I could increase the nutrient export by putting more plants in, buying some more plants, but I've got quite a few in there now really with the lilies. I've just got to, once they grow on and get bigger, so for next year they'll be about there, because obviously I divided them this last year, the last season over winter I divided all of those, so their roots aren't taken. They was all died back obviously, like bare roots, so they've all got to get going again for next year. I could put another shade, one of these on further down the garden on the next pot, so this theoretically I could move this further up here, so this covers more across the pond here, and then buy another one and spin the other one the other way around, so it knits them both together in the middle type of thing, if you know what I mean. So there's 2. I could do that. Feed the fish less obviously, but I don't want to starve the fish. I like to feed them, so that's a bit, as long as they're eating it, so I can reduce the load. I don't want to reach for chemicals. No more blanket weed, won't do this type of algae, won't do anything, just won't do anything, because algae is single cell. It's just a one cell, minute, microscopic. So by putting this in, won't treat that. I don't think it would. It might have a slight effect, I don't think so. Apparently these are natural enzymes and additives, so it may well do. I've got about half a tub left, so I don't think I'm going to waste that. I don't know, I don't think it's going to help. So which leaves me to reduce nutrient import into the pond, increase nutrient export, which I don't think I can really do at the moment. Put a UV on, I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. This just doesn't bother me. I'll try and tackle it myself because I've done it before. So what I'm left with is shade, which I don't think I'll do. I'll probably say I will, but I won't. I just know I won't. So nutrient export won't increase, shade won't increase. So what I'm left with, I'll put some of Breeder's Secret in again. I'll use that every week, and just for a bit of a exercise, I think I might put this blanket weed and algae control in. Now it'd be interesting if it controls the algae now, because it's too late really, because the algae is already there. But all this does is it smothers, obviously it turns the it reduces the UV rays into the pond, so the algae can't form. So this is, to prevent. It's a long-lasting blue dye which restricts the light from the sun penetrating through the water column before cutting off the light source, which causes algae and blanket weed to grow. So it's the nutrients and the light that causes it to grow. So as I've already said, I've got both. So what I might do is add this just for the sheer hell of it, because I can't see my fish now in a way. My water's kind of a greeny colour, and then just see how it goes, just to get rid of it as well. So I might do that on its own video. So next time you'll probably see me doing that, and we'll see how it goes. I'm sorry, that's all for this week. A bit of a catch up, like I said, I've been away on holiday. Hope you've all had a great week. The weather has been absolutely bloody marvellous, but then to top it off at the end of the week, it's been absolutely bucketing it down. I was down in Suffolk, and when we was driving back yesterday, we came back on Friday. We should have ended the holiday on Saturday, but we came back yesterday. It was absolutely pissing it down. Sorry for the language, all the way back. It was incredible, the amount of rain. And I think down that neck of the woods they are going to get rain for the rest of the week. So actually it's a little bit better here in Nottingham. It's just cloudy. But I've come back to a well-watered garden. Somebody looked after everything for me. Just watered everything and fed the fish. So happy days. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please drop us a like. It's much appreciated. Please comment. Please join the friendly koi keepers. Have a great weekend.